Cool. Oh, and squeeze.
Oh yeah, right now. That's me. That's good. There we go. We're here.
What's happening?
We're back. We've got mics this time. Well, we always had mics. But someone actually called us up on our audio.
It's always on my side. It's a wee bit quieter.
Is it? Yeah.
When you're listening to it through your ears, it's a wee bit quieter. So I don't know if that was intentional or.
We tried to make it look cool by not having the mics in shots. They were always up high. We decided, you know what? Screw it. Let's just pop the mics in there so you can hear us.
It is something probably would.
Good evening.
We'll maybe invest in something proper.
Yeah.
Like proper for doing this rather than just stealing these off your brother every week.
So it's that time of show we launch our Patreon. Where you, seriously, there may be a link in the no, there isn't. Do you want to pop the light on, fella?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Number 4. Still no numbers there. Oh, I got a drink for us.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know. Oh yeah. Surprise.
Yeah.
Why don't you make something we pot?
Yeah. And it's a little rooibos tea. Thought we had South African guava last week. Why am I pouring mine first? That's for you, fella.
South African guava.
We had guava. Smell that. Get the aroma in there. Goodness me, huh?
Holy flip.
Yeah.
That's next level. That is
Suki
next level.
long time.
Suki long time. That's like that joke. I'm going to a doctor. What's that? Whack whack. Sick. What's one of those jokes?
That's horrible. That's Suki tea, that. Not sponsored, by the way. Just I had it in the house.
That's really nice.
It's rooibos, strawberries and cream or something like that. Delightful.
It's like a kid's drink.
It's even better because it's been sitting there for about an hour, cooling down.
That's wild.
It's lovely. Imagine that with a bit of ice in it. Slice of lemon or something.
Dear me. That's really nice.
I'm just going to top that up, actually. Might as well.
Dear me. So we just sit like this now? Shall we saucer?
We should. A saucer would be good, actually.
Thanks very much, lad.
You haven't just joined a tea party, by the way, in case you're thinking...
We just zoned out there. We should
what
just
are these two fellas at? So there you go.
Good
anyway, welcome back. This is episode 4. So last time we talked about the power of video, the show, the event, and what that meant to us. This time round, we thought what we'll do is we'll talk about something that we've been chatting around a lot, especially after Power Video, during and after Power Video.
Power Video just kind of cemented it a bit,
Yeah.
and then we now talked about it wasn't an idea; it was more of an action after Power Video. I think that's maybe a big bit. So we have talked about it a lot.
Effectively, it's about moving from one platform to another, and the reason being is, yesterday even Instagram crashed for like an hour, and everyone shat themselves.
I actually didn't notice. I was in work the whole time, and then because it was Instagram, people felt the need to tell me.
This is what I got as well.
Yeah, and people were going, "Oh my goodness, Instagram! What are you gonna do?" Just get on with my day.
Yeah, I got text messages. Still, Instagram's crashed.
It was the same with the founders leave.
Yeah.
So the original guys, they left.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Oh no, Instagram's doomed.
Yeah. Instagram's
quick." I was like, "Well, it'll be all right."
So the reason being behind this is that we do a lot of stuff on Instagram, and our main channel is Instagram. That's where our audience is.
Yeah.
So if Instagram shut down today, the way Vine did, we were like, how would we reach those people? You know what? Because I'm loyal to Instagram, and people like watching my stuff. But if Instagram switched off, they'd be like this, no more Diltix photos, and they'd be gone. It's not like they'd go, where's Diltix photos? Let's find him. They would just be like, man, next thing.
Yeah, because the practical in that is if you're the majority of people you will have a few people who have invested. They're in for the long haul, and you're thoroughly grateful. But you have the people who'll just stop by every now and then.
Yeah.
So you maybe get like 10% of those guys. And the majority of the rest is just somebody who's maybe clicked on one of your photos that you really like, or liked a few photos, and actually don't even watch your stories.
Yeah.
So they'll maybe go, in about 2 years, do you remember that guy took them photos? He was pretty good.
Or
maybe you'll meet them.
What did he do?
You know, and that's realistically where it is. It's not that you're because you're making them move. It's that other thing as well, is when you're on Facebook and you say, "Oh, by the way, I've uploaded something to YouTube."
Yeah.
Even if they follow you, people are like, "Nah."
Yeah.
It's just because you're asking them to go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's how do you reach those people? Because it's not that they're not loyal to you. It's just that you've got to be where they are. And it's like, if you're not what they are, then they're not going to watch. So we were like, well, okay, well, if that happens, what do we do? Like, what does someone like myself do? What does Mark do if that happens? So we started talking about YouTube. We were like, right, well, do you invest in another platform? Do you try and build simultaneous platforms at the same time? I'm building a couple. I'm working on LinkedIn and Instagram. Twitter I dabble with.
We talked about
Sometimes
that.
I tweet.
We talked about that and followed you after our conversation with what you do on Twitter. I was like, it's just for no complaints.
Seriously, for the last week, I've just been like emailing and tweeting Citibank and Best Buy. Like, oh, God, doing my head in. So, did you actually unfollow me?
I don't even know what's going on my Twitter anymore. I'll just give up on it.
So, we basically, when we were talking about this idea of building up YouTube, we were like, well, IGTV is great. And then when the founders did leave, it was like, well, if those guys leave, is there a risk that Instagram could go the way Facebook went? You know, really, really, really shit.
Yeah, really paid. You have to pay to even get, you have to pay to get to 50% of your audience, and you have to pay again to get to all of your audience. Which Facebook does, it cripples you. Yeah. It cripples you.
And like already, right, we get ads on Instagram, right? So already on Instagram stories there's ads. So you're swiping through, and you're like, oh, but you just swipe and out of the way.
Yeah.
What'll happen with Instagram stories is you won't be able to swipe.
Do you
Mark Zuckerberg will stick a flipping ad.
Do you think so?
Boom, and you'll be like this, swipe nothing, and it'll make you watch 5 seconds.
Do you think that's where it's going to
go? I think that's where it'll go. You'll be like this.
It's like when
and then after 5 seconds it'll go, instead of skip ad, it'll go swipe ad. You'll be like, imagine if you had to wait for 3 seconds and watch an ad about Persil.
Imagine you were watching, but it'd be worse.
In the middle of someone's story.
Oh, brutal.
Oh, for the love of God. I just shut the app down.
Do you know the way we do that thing where like we use continual?
Yeah.
So like it could just be a mid-sentence and then an ad for like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be me walking through the city talking about taking a photograph of a pole, and out of nowhere, boom, an ad for Pampers comes on. Did you shit yourself? Adult nappies, $29.99.
Yeah.
And I'll make this
man.
watch ad.
Yeah, that would be horrible. That would just ruin the whole flow of it. Like.
Yeah, I think that's so. Anyway, that is based on nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, where did you get that? Like, do you know something?
Read that in the journal. No, I just made that up myself. I just thought, like, what's
Dear Instagram on Twitter.
If you put those adverts there, I'm going to leave and bring my followers with me.
No, that would be bad.
I just thought, legitimately, it was just like I was thinking, like, Facebook, what did they do to Facebook that annoyed me and ruined me and all that? How would they possibly destroy Instagram? That was my thought about it. So then we were like, well, what do we do? So we've been discussing YouTube. So for by the time you're watching this, it's maybe 3 weeks, but at this point in time, I've just uploaded my 10th YouTube vlog in a row. So I started doing daily 10 days ago. I didn't realize that whole vlogtober thing exists.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tobers.
It literally looks like I just was like, is that a bandwagon? I'm on that.
Yeah.
Bang. But I didn't. 4 days before. Yeah, Diltober. Dill Daily, actually.
Is it?
It's a hashtag.
Have you made your own hashtag?
Dill Daily.
Oh, you did. You did. Yeah, yesterday I seen it. Dill Daily.
So, Dill Daily, if you want to check that out.
Very good. Nice plug. Nice plug. Like it.
But it's 10 videos in, and it's the traction. There is none.
Really?
Yeah, it's got worse. Declined. Views have declined over 10 days. Yeah. It's like, I'm going daily. Way, you're gonna watch them? Not really. But it just shows you like YouTube's a really hard platform to build on.
Yeah, I would agree.
But it's gonna take way longer to build on that platform. It's really good fun making them every day, but it's hard work. So Mark and I have basically been sitting thinking, if you're doing Instagram now or you're doing anything like that, what do you need to be doing? Like, do you need to look at another platform? Because you're doing Instagram and you're looking at YouTube. Alright?
Well, I did YouTube pretty constant for every week for a good period of time, and I really enjoyed it. The difficulty I was having was because it's probably the same as you. Stories was very much, you felt comfortable. I felt really comfortable with Instagram and what I was doing there, and then IGTV felt like that was going to be the move, because it was kind of what I was doing, but I could do what I was doing on YouTube. But then you got into this whole, and I hate the argument, this vertical, horizontal. It's irrelevant. It's not that it's irrelevant. I just think it's silly. You know, who cares?
Yeah.
But with YouTube, I felt like I had to up my game to be on YouTube because it's so tough.
Yeah.
So I felt like the production I put into it, even though you'll probably watch what I've put up there and be like, what are you talking about? There's no production here at all. But I mean, I don't claim, by the way, just from the offset, I don't claim that anything that I've ever put on YouTube is amazing. It was all learning. So it was just something 100%. I really wanted to do. In fact, I'm going to put a video up about the journey of it and what it meant. So why I started it to now.
What are you gonna title that one?
Well, I've killed my cat. Not clickbait. I don't own a cat.
No.
But that's going. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that I think like I did struggle with it a wee bit, like as to what, like, how you put that on to YouTube, what you were doing on Instagram, and then, well, if you were doing that on Instagram, did it need to be on YouTube? And then we had a conversation where we just kind of felt we uploaded to YouTube and then left it. We didn't really. We just hoped that it did okay.
Close your eyes again.
Where we knew what we were doing on Instagram. Like, I knew that if I uploaded a story, I knew when people comment to comment back, and I like other people's stuff, and I kind of was involved in the community of Instagram, which that's why I feel like really at home there. But on YouTube, I just didn't. And I seen the guys who were doing it well, but it was always consistency.
Yeah.
Was always the thing. And I just felt like, well, I was doing enough. I don't know. YouTube is one of them. It is the great enigma of where to really go. And it
feels like, for me, I feel like the adult version. Instagram stories just feels like practice. You know?
Do you think so?
But I love practice.
Well, definitely the skill set that you have learned to upload daily stories, I guarantee you, has helped you so much when you're doing your videos. The only difference is it's sitting behind a computer editing and not on the go on your phone.
Yeah.
So would I bet you that frustrates you? That you just
can't
do it there and then.
Yeah, it does annoy me a little bit. It does.
Yeah.
I tried to do it slightly differently in that I don't vlog the whole day. So my thinking behind it was I already daily vlog on Instagram stories, so I don't want a daily vlog on YouTube because it's literally just going to be like this. I'm getting a bacon buddy, and then just my phone. I'm getting a bacon buddy, and it's the same bloody story. Yeah. I don't get bacon buddies, and I don't speak like that, but it would be the same stuff on both. So what I do with YouTube is as I feature it, I'll focus on one thing each day. So today I did a video where I unboxed a new like field monitor. Yesterday I did one that was actually a day of my work. It was the first full day I vlogged. But then I could just do one where I go off for an hour and do a photo shoot. So the concept of that is that I spend an hour filming it and an hour editing it, and that should theoretically, all it takes is 2 hours out of my day to film a vlog. Theoretically, doesn't really work like that. It's way harder than I thought, but like it can be done. You just got to be very, very disciplined, and you can't get beaten down. Like that is the hardest thing, man, is the getting beaten down by. Like I'll go out and I'm like I did a video the other day and I was just so annoyed at myself for not getting things. But the difference is, to do it daily, there have to be a point where you just go like that. That's my line. I'm done. That's that uploaded.
Yeah.
Because you can't be pernickety. And the problem is, you watch guys like at the top of their game, right? And to bring up Cody Warner again, the quality of his vlogs are immense for the fact that he does that daily. Like, now that I've been doing them every day for 10 days, I'm like, wow, the quality. Because I can do the talking to camera thing. I can do that. That's easy. But it's the remembering all the other bits. It's remembering to build the story up with pickup shots and B-roll or any other bits that you need to build those things. That's quite time consuming. But the thing is to remember that Cody's been doing that for much longer. Like he's over 250 days.
I didn't realise he had actually been doing that for as long as he had. Because whenever he was talking about, he put a video up recently and he was talking like, this didn't happen to video 173. And I was like, what? 173? Like that's a long time. And I think I said this before, like my wife did a vlog every day for 230 days.
Yeah, that's mad.
Like every single day. And we were both like working and trying to do whatever it was we were doing. And it did take a lot, but time, that happened, I was in 2010, 2011, and time, I forgot that every night I sat and edited that, you know, but now when I remember, when you were talking about doing daily, I was having that conversation, and it was like, oh, I remember those days. It is hard, like it is hard. Really, really hard, and then you've got to worry about, you get into a whole other conversation, but I reckon it'll be the best thing you ever did. For the sake of,
I hope so.
I reckon it'll really help. One, whenever because you've really like committed to it. I suppose that's maybe the conversation we're having here is like about YouTube. Is it like it's a bit distant? Yeah. Like you're really going in head first.
Yeah.
Now, right, you're in the deep end. Let's go.
Yeah.
The water's lovely. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
Where, and I think with like Instagram, that's what we did.
Yeah.
We just went everyday stories. Every day a story and a photo, everyday stories, maybe like something else, whatever. But it was every day we were thinking about it in some shape or fashion. So you've got the payoff where you now realize like Instagram's like, I think maybe like second nature. So we can just pretty much do.
People say to me quite often, I don't know if you guys, I get asked like, how do you go about doing it? How do you have days where you're struggling? I'm like, but it takes seconds to film an Instagram video.
Yeah.
Like I can do a story. Like I just did one in the beginning of that. It took like what? A minute to film and 30 seconds to edit. Like you can do 4 stories on it. And the thing about Instagram, if you put 4 stories up in a day, like that suffices. That's enough.
Yeah.
People are happy with that. They're like
a minute.
That's fine. Total, yeah. I'm happy with that. That's his story for the day. So like sometimes it's worth just getting that in the bag really early. I just try to get that in there really early. Boom, get up, get that done. Because then you're like the stress is relieved. Like whew. That was what was so nice when I worked full time. Is I'd get up, I'd do that story in the morning. I had that moment where I had no other option but to create. So I would talk or do something, and I was like, that was so nice because then the rest of the day was no pressure. Where now when I get at work for myself, sometimes I get up and I'm like this, I don't feel like doing it, or I'm just sitting editing from really early in the morning, and then it gets to like lunchtime. I'm like, oh, I have to create. But the YouTube thing is quite different because it's like feels quite stressful. I'm like, oh, there's supposed to be a deadline for me 5 o'clock. I missed that twice, but it does feel like a more of a project and less of a fluid thing that just happens.
Right, okay.
And maybe that's because I've got a camera with a mic and a GorillaPod, and it's not just my phone.
And I suppose you really have to, like with YouTube, I think you really have to what you're trying to do. I think what Cody does as well is they kind of you're picking like a topic to talk about.
Yeah.
Rather than here's my dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think then at what point you run out of stuff to talk about. It's a bit like this podcast. Like, I mean, you're trying to think of topics all the time. Yeah. Like, what will we talk about? What will we talk about? And you realize it's easier. That's why we do this, by the way. Yeah. It's easier just to make our personal conversations public.
Yeah.
Because if we're having these conversations, we're not the only ones having these conversations. Yeah, exactly. Other people are. So let's do it. So I think then you're constantly thinking of what's my topic, what's my point, what do I want to deliver, what do I want to get across. And I think that's where you can start thinking, this is a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you don't, like, me and you're totally different. I write everything down, everything in a book. Like, I just sit and jot it down, where you don't write anything down, more or less. You just kind of wing it. No. So I couldn't do that.
If I write it down, I think about it too much. And then I'm like, what do I need to say? Or I panic. Where if I just go in thinking of something else, and I'm like, at the last minute, like I've done 2 best man speeches with no prep, right? Like, sat there, and at the table both times, people were like, what do you...
I did that one time.
How's the speech? You all ready? I was like, yeah. You got your speech written down? I was like, no. They're like, no. I was like, if I wrote a speech down, I'd be shitting myself the entire way here, thinking...
that read out loud
speech. You do that thing where you lose something in your pockets. It's always there. Where's my speech? So I just sort of get up and I'm like, I don't tend to talk about a topic unless I know what I'm talking about, kind of. I mean, I make a lot of it up, but... I kind of am happy just to go for it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, literally, that's how every YouTube video starts. From me going like this. So, now that's me working it out. What am I talking about?
Yeah, where I don't. I work out the narration of what's happening in mine, like to the letter.
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally work out what I'm saying.
Shit,
and
I can do that.
The shots are all just winging it. But what I'm saying is absolutely not made up one bit. Like, I just can't do it. I've got my book with me. It's just literally everything's just written, and it's like I have it all done, like a title, and then what's happening here, and then a title, like point I need to hit, and it's right in there.
For what?
I did my Instagram live the other day. Worst experience of my life, but I had behind the thing my book of where I needed to be and what I needed to kind of say. Like, I'm not tragic with it. I think it's okay.
I think that's okay because I thought about that once. Like, sometimes I'll have my computer screen on with like a reminder of what I'm, like a topic I'm, like if I want to talk about a thing, right? So like if I'm going to like mention a person, so I'm bringing someone on and I'm like, I must remember that guy's followers. I'll have like Social Blade up on the screens. But that's just to remind me their stats, and I'll be like just casually like stare off into the distance. So I noticed you've had like quite a rise of about 2,000 followers. As I like glance at the screen, but like I couldn't write the other stuff down because what I would do is I found it hard enough to read the comments in an Instagram live and listen to the person I'm talking to.
Yeah, so you get like corner blindness.
Yeah.
Like if you're on a motorbike and you start a corner, you'll hit the corner. You'll just hit the sign, not the you're not going around the corner. That kind of idea.
More tea?
Oh, more tea for that.
Keep it rolling.
That's good stuff. Really good.
Caffeine free as well.
Is it?
It's good for this time of night, yeah. Help you sleep.
Yeah.
Podcast for middle-aged men.
Dad. Interesting.
Yeah, it is. So Mark did his first Instagram live the other day. I've done quite a few, so he went through the process and the feelings and emotions that I went through.
Which pretty much went like I did Instagram live, and these are doing this was a good segue to doing Instagram Live because we pretty much we only cut out the bits in this. When you'll see a jump cut, it's something in this that is just us maybe working something out real quick.
Or Mark doing loads of ums.
Oh God!
You do loads of, like in one of the first vlogs, you actually must have ummed for a minute. You were like, so
I just don't want to say. I kind of just never want to say something and then go, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to go. So yeah, it's kind of like because in my head I just kind of think like go really deep into it. Not I'm making myself out like I'm a real thinker. I'm not. But what I mean is I don't really want to go. So yeah, and then that's my point about that there. And you go, what? So I get really like, do you know what I mean? So then I'd rather think about how I'm saying it first. So I'm pre-editing in my head.
I drag out words really long.
No,
like.
you repeat yourself. You repeat yourself. So that's the thing with that.
I know what I'm doing.
That's the thing with that. That's what you do.
I know what I'm doing. See, when I'm editing, I'm like, yeah, talking bullshit. Or sometimes you're talking and I'm watching myself and I'm like, not listening. Not listening to anything, Mark, because I'm thinking of what I'm going to say.
No, there was one of these we were doing. You were like, I was just staring at that brick.
Yeah,
I was like, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's just like, no, I know it is hard, but that's the difference. Is I think on my feet. Like, so sometimes people will be talking to me. I always say I can multitask because I can kind of hear a conversation and think of another one, but it's kind of like 80% commitment to both. Yeah. But no, the Instagram Live is hard because you're speaking and then no one speaks back, and you say something like you go on a big tangent, like, well, and then it comes to the end, and you're like,
yeah,
and there's just nothing.
Yeah.
You know, there's other people on the thing looking at you like this. Go on, fella, say something.
Yeah, because like people are actually watching it. It is strange. It's totally. I did that thing where I did an Instagram Live, came off Instagram Live, phoned Dylan, went, dude, talk to me about these Instagram Lives. Like, what is happening? Yeah, it's a whole other platform, and that's probably another conversation. That I didn't realize that like how much of a whole different beast Instagram Live is. So that's something that probably needs a wee bit of work, and it's probably like we're talking about YouTube, I guess, and it's a whole beast that needs fed a certain way.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? And it's
but that's
tough.
the ticket there. So I've been talking to our mutual friend, Mr. Ryan, say great again. I said to him the other day, he's like a little digital Buddha. Mm-hmm. Yeah? He's got words of wisdom. Right. Zero action. Loads of wisdom though, and he was saying to me the other day. He was talking about catering specifically for YouTube, IGTV, and Instagram stories, and I was like, I think this is where the three of us are all in the same mindset. In that, I think I know where I want to go with YouTube. I think I kind of know what I want to do already, and in my head, I think that is a weekly video on YouTube, but not like a summary of the week. And that's not what of one video a week on YouTube, one IGTV video a week, and then the rest is Instagram stories. Because Instagram stories work for me really well, and I enjoy making them, and I really like the vertical video thing. I love IGTV because the vertical video is fun, but YouTube feels like it just for me. I feel like I need to put a bit more attention into what I'm doing.
I feel like there's a
better topic.
And again, probably we're talking about this like we're trying to work out which one we want to do for the biggest reward.
I want to do all of them.
Yeah, but it is true. I do for the sake of I want to be challenged in different ways. And I don't really Instagram for me is where I'm comfortable and in the nice wee slippers and I know what's going on, you know. But I like the challenge of YouTube and it's just working it out. I think a lot of people who put stuff up on YouTube miss the opportunity of what it is, and that's where I'm at with it. I think if you are just daily vlogging or you are doing just your wee videos or whatever it is, there's a real Cody again said it, you know, or no, Maddie said it. Make better content, you know, make better stuff. And I think just with watching some people on YouTube, just for the sake of doing YouTube, they want to be just with a camera and they want to just be right there. But I think you're missing the opportunity of making something really amazing. You know, there's a real opportunity to make a short documentary or a film. What's to stop you doing that?
Exactly. The film thing is this is what interests me, is that whole idea.
Yeah, that's what I've spent a lot of time thinking of.
Why, so actually, Dunna put a thing up today on his Instagram, and he was like, "What is a vlog?" And then asked people to answer it. Mm-hmm. People were giving their opinions, and I was like, "Well, it's a video log of something that's happened. It's like a documentation." But that is a vlog. But we've all got this idea in our head that a vlog is a very particular thing. But and it's like on YouTube, you can either be a gamer, you can either be a vlogger, or you can be just test stuff things.
Yeah.
You'll be a reviewer or just a tester of things.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to test out a microwave. Tomorrow I bought these inflatable kayaks.
Yeah.
And then or one of those people that just eat stuff that's possibly going to kill you.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to eat a fan. You're like,
yeah,
why?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, it's a challenge.
Or a prank.
Yeah, that stuff. And it's like, well, actually, we've just listed everything.
Yeah, just listed them. Yeah, we did.
There's a lot of choices on YouTube, actually. Now
Sounds pretty good. Now we'll talk about it.
I might do a prank channel.
Yeah.
This is not recording, by the way. This is the... No, I mean, joking. That was the prank. See, that's why I don't do a prank channel. But, like, I was thinking, like, the idea of people aren't thinking bigger on YouTube. Everyone's thinking small content. Everyone thinks, like, bite-sized. What's that word that everyone throws around? Small content. There's a word.
Micro content?
Micro content.
Yeah.
I want to see micro content. You're like, that's grand. But micro content is a small version of something bigger. The whole point of micro content is you make a big video on YouTube and you put micro content on all your little channels. You tease for, but you cater that micro content for each of those particular channels.
Yeah.
You don't pop a video up on YouTube and then on all your channels go, hey, go to YouTube, and that's it. Because that's not micro content. That is literally just you with a big sign.
Yeah.
Going, fella,
annoying your
that
friends.
direction. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's really where I'm at. Like, have been for a good long time with YouTube. Like, I'm really thinking about how to do it just a wee bit differently than just a vlog or something. And I've been watching a couple of different people, and I just think there's a bigger opportunity there to do something really different. Really, because Instagram stories is so fast and so instant.
Yeah.
I really just think, well, then I would really just want to go absolutely the other way and do something really just that takes time.
Yep, exactly.
And when you watch it, you know I've took time over it. It's not just me going, here's chop, 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 chop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And where I wish I could do something daily that would then get my skill to get your mind switched on when you're editing. Like when you listen to Cody, he's got the editing streamlined.
Yeah.
When you're saying like he does that every day, like he edits that in what, like 2 hours for that he does. So with that there, I think we're really good. But I don't know. It's just thinking bigger. I think that's maybe why I don't know. I think that's why when with YouTube I haven't been on it. I think that's why I'm so, because I know there's going to be a lot of work as well, and I think that's what you're learning right now.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see. It would be interesting to see if what would be your opinion on it. Like, what are you doing on YouTube, or what do you think? Because it's a big discussion, not just what platform's best, but not even what is best. Like, what are you doing on it?
What do you want to watch?
Yeah.
What do you want to consume?
Like, because I think YouTube, I'll probably do this where I wouldn't get all settled in to watch Instagram stories. That's something I do on the way home.
Yeah.
YouTube's when I'm in my bed or I'm at home and I'm sitting on my settee, and I'll put YouTube on, and me and my wife will sit and flick through YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So you treat it differently. So you have to actually do something different.
Like, I'd be quite happy to watch way longer videos. I'd be quite happy. I like a 3 to 5 minute video.
I actually think it's going the other way.
I'd quite like to watch long videos. I'd quite like to have someone put out a video twice a week, and it's like 20 minutes. I'm like, I can watch that. It's a TV episode. Get a Ben and Jerry's. Sit down.
I could be wrong, but I'm kind of glad this moves on a podcast podcast. I think in the next 3 years or so, the short ones will be done.
I think so, yeah.
I think it's going long wave content. I think things like podcasts are really changing that, where people are committing more time to things, where people are like really just want to hear something out. So I think with the like of YouTube and the way videos are going, and everyone's so inundated with 15 seconds here, Snapchat there, 3 minutes of this, high energy, hey guys, what's blah blah blah, and then go. I actually think that I think you're going to get where people are more accepting of 15-minute vlogs, because you can just leave off now.
Yeah.
You can just pretty much come out of YouTube and go back in and just carry on.
Yeah.
So I think once that becomes more of a norm, I think it's going to go back to longer videos.
Let us know what you think. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Vimeo. Are you on Vimeo?
I know a couple of that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
What are you doing? Are you moving? Are you thinking about moving between platforms? What are your thoughts about it? You know?
Yeah. And what you plan to like, and talk about what your kind of your plan is, like what you want to do. It's not a case of like everyone just reading the comments and stealing everyone's ideas here.
Yeah.
Everyone's their own person, but like it's interesting to know. It's interesting to know where you feel comfortable.
Talking from a consumer point, if it's easier, what you prefer watching, or where do you like to see people
think about it this way. I always talk about whenever someone says, what music are you into? And everyone always says I like everything. Okay, 3 examples. You're cooking dinner. What music do you put on?
Yeah.
Right, you're going out for the night. What music do you put on? You're in the car tomorrow. You're going to work. What music do you put on? And then you get a general
hip hop.
Yeah, every day.
Eminem, just flat out.
Yeah, kamikaze. Yeah, it's unreal. But that's what I mean. Then you can get a gauge of actually what it is. So think about it. Where do you watch Instagram? Like, where do you sit? Where do you consume Instagram? Where do you consume YouTube? And then think about it, because then you can kind of get a gauge.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, you can kind of get a gauge of how you prioritize it. Prioritize may not be the word, but how you go up. Yeah, I think you can see which one you give more time to.
Yeah.
You can see where it fits.
Or how your time fits differently to it. So, on a different note,
yeah,
the old who you watching?
I have been watching.
Oh, he's written it down.
No, I haven't. I've actually because
he has written it down.
I actually don't know the channel. Like, I've watched pretty much everything that they've put out.
Dylan Osborne, the daily vlog. Thanks very much.
Standard, mate.
Thanks,
standard. I've been
Dylan
watching
Daily.
2. Oh, there's you there. I've got a field monitor, and
there it is.
there he is, man.
That was today.
2 views, 4 dislikes. Oh, okay.
Do you know what? Someone disliked the video of mine today, and
Did it hurt?
It hurts, man. Because I'm like,
I showed you the one you did with ours.
I don't care if someone dislikes our podcast because it's you and me having a friggin' rant.
It is what
but
it
like
is.
someone disliked one of my YouTube videos, and I was like, why?
Yeah.
I'd like, if you want to dislike it, I'd like you to submit a form. Tell me why. Because
Yeah.
there's no reason for you to dislike this. I didn't give any incorrect facts. I didn't insult any. I was like, how can you dislike this video?
Yeah,
So
like-
just like that. Knobhead, dislike.
Because it is that thing as well. Like I was just talking about before this went up. It's about feedback and
Yeah.
feedback culture, and I think like it's okay to say you don't like it.
Yeah.
Don't hide behind it.
Yeah.
Just-
Pop a comment on and go,
Just say.
didn't really like that video.
Do you know what, dude? Maybe you could have done better because it's all learning. You're helping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Someone actually did DM me about the vodcast. That's why we've got the mics here. You know,
We have the audio.
They were
Yeah,
like,
I
with all
get
due
that.
respect, fellas, I love what you're doing. And they don't speak
But
like
the
anyway.
audio's
But
dirt.
yeah, sort the audio out. Sounds like you're in a bucket.
But here we are learning. Here
Yeah,
it is. We've
here
moved
it is.
it.
For all we know, there's no audio.
Yeah.
And he's
Well,
recording.
It looks like it
so
is.
go on, who are you watching?
I am watching a channel called Now You See It.
Now you see it.
Now You See It. So
There
I've been
it
doing a
is.
lot of thinking on this topic of YouTube. I've got a couple of videos that I'm really quite happy with, and it's a different kind of feeling than what I've done before. I did like a wee documentary style of my friend, and I really liked that feel. So I wanted to do something more like that, but how do I integrate that in my life? And then I went down this whole rabbit hole of thinking, and I ended up coming across this wee channel. I watched a couple of guys that I really like. I don't know if you've heard of D4 Darius. D4 Darius is a really good film. He's a director, and he's got a film in, but he's like he's amazing. Like he's unreal. Like just energy's up class. But he's another one. I'll talk about another time. But it's Now You See It, and it's this guy who just really analyzes film, but in really short way, like in a really nice, just perfect length. And he talks about how so I've been really learning a lot about how dialogue impacts film,
Yeah.
and how like Quentin Tarantino went about dialogue, and why he introduced. Do you know when you're talking about we talk about setting up a story? How Quentin Tarantino at the start of his films, he did it a bit different, where the thing was, I don't think we can do it. He set the whole premise up right there in that one sentence. What is it?
Yeah.
What is he doing? So it's the importance of dialogue,
yeah.
and this guy kind
That's
of
clickbait.
Well,
Anyway, it's like
yeah, it
Tarantino's,
is.
I can't believe we said that.
Yeah,
And
or
everyone's
wait
like,
to the end.
Yeah.
You know that.
Can't wait.
But it is. It's like so. It's kind of it's a learning one. If you like, if you really like just sitting learning something on YouTube, and he kind of talks more about how different things happen, like why the stripes appear in film, and where did stripes come from? How Citizen Kane changed everything in terms of the foreground and this, where it was just. Films used to be just a man standing, hey, what did you do about that? And the woman's like, I didn't know about that. And it's just like a camera on the person, and that's it, and how that kind of changed. So it's really interesting. So it's learning a bit more in depth about the structure of a story, or the structure
looking
of dialogue.
looking back at traditional film and how film uses camera movements and angles. I'm really interested in camera movements.
Yeah.
I love a good push in.
Do
Love it. Love a good push in.
See-
Everything I watch, if there's a push in, I'm like this to Pamela. Push in,
You see, I'm not.
push in, and she's
I'm
like,
going
what? It's like this.
See, I'm going the other way. I'm
know.
going really the other way. I am really bored of slow motion and movement.
No, but I just mean like.
No, I get what
Do you know
mean.
what I mean? Like
yeah,
when
no,
it's
absolutely.
focused
Where
on
it's-
something. I don't mean like a B-roll push in of a gate.
Yeah.
I mean
no,
like when it cuts to a person who's like answers a phone, and it's like phone
the
rings.
background.
Hello, and it just
background
goes.
comes away.
It just pulls in slowly, and it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
who's dead? And they're like,
Yeah.
yes.
But it is so it's a guy who just it's like a I don't know if he's a kid. I think he's like in his 20s, but he basically analyzes just all the way, like the guy that directed like House of Cards and how he developed.
I think I might have seen this guy before, because I think this is the guy that maybe explained a bunch about camera movements, about somebody like Tarantino, but it wasn't him. It was someone using camera movements. It was like, this is how they use camera movements, and it was this idea of the camera tracking down and sideways. It was like these tracking shots.
Yeah,
I think that is the guy.
Yeah, like he pretty much goes in depth and like certain directors, like how like why Tarantino said Tarantino a lot, like, but how he nods to other people and why he did it. Like, and he talks about just these real interesting facts, and I just think it's really like a really good one, especially for what we're saying. You know, thinking bigger with YouTube. It's a good it's a good knowledge base to have, like where people are talking about film and people are talking about, because the same rules apply. If you listen to someone talking about dialogue, you're listening. If you listen to someone who structures dialogue well in a film, and then watch Casey, and then watch a good vlogger, the dialogue's brilliant.
Yeah.
They capture you with what they're saying, and like even that, and everybody watches it. And Casey, when he lifts it away from his chest, and he goes, "So today is," and it's right away. His dialogue's really good. So your dialogue has to be brilliant.
He doesn't pop in and go,
Alright guys, so
lads, just jump
so
on,
he works out, he knows what he's saying and how he breaks it up, and it's interesting. I really like it. It's just and I'm kind of going down this route at the minute, like just really learning, because it's the same principles apply.
Yeah,
exact same principles apply.
I think that's the way to do it.
So it's a good learning one if you want it. There's a couple there. D4 Darius is the other one, but I'll talk about him another time because he's brilliant. He's really
Drop
good.
a link in the bottom there for you.
Definitely do, yeah.
So from cinema to cinematic diaries, I've been watching a guy here, a local guy called Anthony Heaney.
Okay.
Now, he's kind of like he's been taking photos and stuff for a fair amount of time, I guess, and I've been following him and for a while. Like, and his photos are really, really nice. But recently, what he's been doing, which has been just really cool. It's been really cool to see somebody else doing stuff here and putting a bit of effort in.
Right, okay.
No offense to everybody else. That sounds like I've insulted everybody. But there's just not a lot of people. And it's just when somebody does something different, I'm like, I like that. Nicely done, fella.
Yeah.
He's basically been taking a photo and he's been giving you a behind the scenes of the photo, which is fine. I mean, I do those in stories and Instagram TVs, but he's made a feature of it. He calls it cinematic diaries. So he takes a photo and then he basically films, like, he does 2 Instagram stories, and it's nice, well filmed B-roll style shots of how he got to it. So say he takes a photograph of a raindrop hitting the ground at Victoria Square. He'll like build the setting. It'll be like a shot of Victoria Square, and it'll be sound and everything in it. So I'll go like Victoria Square, and it'll spin to the floor, and it'll spin back up to the escalator, and then to the water dropping, and then as it hits the ground, and then displays the photo. And it's like he's showing you how he's got there. So it's like, there's my photo, but I've also made this cinematic diary of how I got my photo taken. Just really clever. Really nicely done.
So?
Like, I mean, he's not the first person to do that style.
That's very much...
I put photos in mine where it goes, gonna have a photograph in it.
Yeah.
But he's taken something and made a whole feature of it, and it's like he's made this thing that's his.
Kind of like a guy, Evan Rampt. Did you ever watch him? Evan Rampt. It's RAF Rampt, I nearly want to say it is. But he does like a photography one, and what he does is wear a GoPro on his head, and it shows you all the settings on the camera.
Oh, that's quite cool.
And just kind of shows you. So he'll go out and he kind of sets out to take a photo because it's autumn. And then he like has the GoPro on his head and stuff, but that's taking it to
I've seen that.
That's taking it to the next level. He's pretty good. So it's kind of that kind of idea, like just a real. But does he show?
But his looks like it's like cinematic B-roll. It's like a Peter McKinnon video. Bang, ends on this really dope photo.
So is it? I've never seen this guy. Does he like do? It's just like a cinematic of how he got the photo. Does he?
Go, hit him up there.
So, or is it like? Is there like an educational piece to it?
No, it's just a visually stunning piece. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's simple. It's just, but what he's done there is he hasn't
He'll work out the time whenever I just followed him. He's like, that's when they recorded that.
There you go.
That's
Anthony,
pretty good.
if you're listening, Mark's just giving you a follow.
That's pretty
What's nice about what he's done is he hasn't just...
That's well thought out.
He's got a good grid.
That's not messing about.
Yeah, he's done a good grid.
I like that a lot. I like that.
He has taken the time to create something that's like simple and short but nice. Where too often everyone feels like they need to bombard everybody with loads of stuff. The more I put out, the better. And like, I know I'm guilty of that. Like, but that's not for everyone. You know, some people need to put out less and put out better content.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's good to put out. I think that's where we're saying about YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like we want to do YouTube, but it's about it's bigger production than our Instagram stories.
Yeah.
It's more quality than our Instagram because it has to be.
Yeah.
You're doing what like we were talking about, even with Ryan. It's like you're feeding that beast. You have to like. That's what it deserves.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you're going to do if you're even going to be worth a carrot, really.
Yeah.
You can't, like, long gone are the days where you're, like, on your wee point and shoot.
Yeah.
And you're just, like, it's edited together with zero music and
yeah.
The bar's been raised.
Yeah.
You have to kind of meet it. You know,
sure.
you have to, that's your start point now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where you're going to have to go. So, interesting.
Sweet. Okay,
but it
cool.
means I think we're setting ourselves up for a lot of work. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no way around that.
Not at all. So if we look like we age a lot in the next like 6 months through the podcast,
yeah,
that's why. That's
but yeah,
what that's about.
and I would say as somebody who's watching somebody doing daily, go and check them out and like support because it is a lot to do.
Yeah, it is.
It is a lot to do.
It does definitely make you appreciate when someone's doing it. Like that's why I appreciate when someone like your man does that on Instagram stories. I'm like, I know what's involved in doing that. Yeah. You haven't just popped up a boomerang.
Yeah.
You know.
The drink. Yeah. You know.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. You've actually bothered your whole to do something.
Exactly. So do definitely go and check out. And check out your stuff, man.
Yeah,
it
go
good.
check out the Daily Dill.
Dill
Daily.
Dill Daily.
Dill Daily. It's a hashtag.
Hashtag. On hashtag.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. This has been good. This has been educational, educational. We've learned some stuff. Inform. There's a word for that, isn't there?
There is a word for that. Yeah.
It's not edgy-formal. That's completely wrong.
Edutainment. Edgy-formal sounds like some dance with kids, but everyone really like might have a knife in their pocket. It's an edgy-formal. Like, do you want to dance, you bitch?
I was thinking it was just like well-dressed hipsters. You know, like they're edgy, but they're formal.
But it might be
tuxedo t-shirt, for example.
Packing heat.
Might be, yeah. Might pop a Glock out. Because that's how they do it. What are you doing? Just popping a Glock out, fella. Hand over your cash. Anyway, we're done for today. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, just don't dislike it. Just don't dislike it.
Was there any questions?
If you have any I don't know. I can't remember. I wasn't listening.
Will we just
have a look quickly?
Because, oh my goodness.
We'll have low battery.
Oh god damn it.
Be quick.
What was it on Instagram TV?
No, it was on YouTube.
Was it on YouTube? Let's see. AMD podcast. Episode 2?
By the way, sponsored by String Ninjas today.
Were we?
Not really. So I'd wear that for Mick.
Comments. 7?
7 comments. 6 of which are from Mark.
Go on.
I can't see this. The audio's fucked.
Yeah. Metal for breakfast. Thanks very much, dude. Is there a date for POV 2019? Don't even know.
Can't talk about that yet.
Coming up. I used to work in a juice bar in Derry. It was called Guava.
There you go. Guava. Oh, that's Clive.
Still doesn't explain what it is.
And if you do have any questions, pop them in the yoke and then we'll answer them. Yeah. But that's us done for the day. We'll do our exit. But listen. Infinite dab.
What's that mean?
What's this?
Bye! I think I'll do this.